I'm going to be ranking the best cards right now in NBA 2K23 My Team. As you guys can see, we got a tier list here ranking from S that goes all the way down to D tier, and we have about 60 to 65 of the best cards currently in My Team. And like I said, I'll be ranking them all on a tier list from S all the way down to D tier. But let me know in the comment section down below your guys' favorite cards to be running right now in the game, and of course let me know what you guys would change about my tier list. But first card here is going to be Artis Gilmore. Now, I do think he's a still really good power forward, especially for being free. I think he's got to go in B tier though. There's just so many other great bigs in the game, and I think for sure he is still a very viable option at the power forward position. He's still 7'2" with a 7'5" wingspan, elite level defender, 95 block, 92 steal, 92 perimeter, 98 interior defense. Like, he's such a good defender in game. He's got every single Hall of Fame defensive badge. I just kind of question his jump shot at times. It's a little bit wonky and slow of a release, but still a really good power forward card. Once again, there's just so many other good cards in the game that I do think Artis Gilmore is going to be at least in B tier for now. AK-47, I'm going to give A tier too, just because of his defense at that shooting guard position. He's a really good defender, has a great jump shot, and is all around just a beast at that shooting guard position. Amen Thompson is such a good point guard. I mean, this card can really do it all. He's got a great jump shot with that Derrick Rose base, Steph Curry upper. He's got great dribble sig, some of the best dunk packages, maxed out defensive tendencies, and also just moves really well in game and really good stats and badges. Now for the other Thompson twin, Ausar Thompson, I think he's probably gonna be in the B tier category. Still a really good 6'7" 2 guard, 7-foot wingspan. He's going to be very similar to Amen Thompson, but can only play that shooting guard position. If he could also play point guard just like Amen Thompson, then I'd probably put him in the A tier category because they're very similar cards. I do like Amen Thompson though a little bit more, and I do think it's also nicer that he can play point guard. Paolo Banchero, I think you got to go S tier. I mean, this next set had some honestly crazy good cards in it. Like, Paolo Banchero easily, I think, has to be an S tier. I know a lot of people might put him in A because he's not like that crazy compared to like a Victor Wembanyama, but he is still such a good small forward, 6'10" with a 7-foot wingspan. He's still an endgame card, 99 stats, maxed out Hall of Fame badges, maxed out tendencies, perfect animations damn near. He's just Kevin Durant, but at the small forward position only, so I do think Paulo gonna be an S tier. Now LeBron, I do have an A. I don't think he's S tier anymore. He's still a really good shooting guard in my opinion. I know a lot of people probably put him in like B tier, and that's fair to say. I just like him a little bit more than like an Ausar Thompson. I think he's just a better version of AK, so if you wanted to drop them both down to B tier, you can definitely go ahead and do so. For me personally, I think LeBron's going to be an A because of his defense, his player model, and his size at that shooting guard position. Now Scottie Barnes, another really good point guard in game. He's still 6'8", plays really good defense, has a good jump shot. I think he's a great point guard in my team. I just don't know if he can be an A tier anymore. Ben Simmons, I think you got to give S tier too. Still such a good defender, at that point guard position. 6'11" at the 1, 7-foot wingspan. His defense is still top tier, probably the best defensive point guard in the game. He can slash to the basket. Not the biggest fan of his jump shot, and his movement isn't that incredible, but if you use his card right and use him to his best, I use like the best ability of Ben Simmons, which is his defense and his slashing ability, he can be a top tier point guard in the game. You just can't use him as like a dribbling 3-hunting point guard like you could with like an Amen Thompson or a Jokic or a different type of point guard. He's just there to play defense and slash in the paint. And now Big Z, I'll probably throw in B tier. He's still got that size. He's 7'3", can play small forward shooting guard, and that's the main thing about this card. Doesn't have the craziest of jump shot stats or badges or animations, but he's 7'3" and can play the small forward and shooting guard position. Larry Bird, I think you go A tier. He's a way better small forward with that new jump shot. He's got great dribble sigs, maxed out tendencies. Like, they really souped him up when it comes to the animation. So I think Larry Bird probably like a top 5 small forward in the game. So I do think he's going to be an A tier. Anthony Black, I think, is another really good point guard. I wasn't the biggest fan of his jump shot personally. I'm gonna go probably B tier for Anthony Black. Still a really good point guard. I just like Amen Thompson a little bit more. Bull, easy S tier for sure. I mean, one of the best small forwards in the game. Besides Victor Wembanyama, I would say he's the best small forward by far. Like, he's 7'2", or maybe not by far, because Chet's still really good, Banchero's still really good, but he's 7'2" at that small forward position, 7'7" wingspan, has a good jump shot. Like, he can just do it all at that small forward spot. Cade, I think, is also S tier. Now that's probably one a lot of people are going to disagree on. With me, I just like Cade a lot. I like him as an overall point guard, even over a card like Ben Simmons. He's 6'8" at the 1, 7-foot wingspan. I just think he's a better, well-rounded card than Ben because he's got a way better jump shot with that D-Mitch base Oscar Robertson upper on very quick timing. He's got a way better jump shot than Ben. He's got way better dribble sigs. He's got the size, the player model, and the defense to still be a really good defender. So I do think Cade is also going to be in that S tier category. Now talking about Carmelo, I think he's probably still A. Really good offensive shooting guard, has an elite level jump shot, great dribble sigs. He's just a good offensive shooting guard. Chet, I think, is probably also S tier. We have a lot of small forwards and a lot of point guards so far in the S tier category, but I think these are the top 3 small forwards in the game: Chet, Bull, and Banchero. Maybe I'll move the tier list around, here in a second. Like probably once we get to the end of the tier list, I'll be moving cards up and down in tiers, but for now, I think this is going to be my S tier category. Chet, still on that level of Bull. Now Curry, I think, is going to have to be in D tier. I think he's a really fun point guard, and I like to include him on these tier lists just because I know a lot of people like to use Steph Curry, but he's only 6'3" at point guard. As much as I like this card and think he's really fun to use, and you can definitely still cook with this card, but I think he's going to have to be in D tier. Grady Dick, I think he's probably B. He's still a really good shooting guard, man. Like, he's got a great jump shot, great dribble sigs. I think Grady Dick probably still in that B tier category. D-Rob, I'm gonna go B. I still think he's another power forward on that level of Artis Gilmore. He plays good defense, has a decent jump shot. I think D-Rob's just a solid power forward, gonna have to be in B tier. Mark Eden for sure is A. I mean, still a top tier center in the game. 7'4" with a 7'7" wingspan. His defense on the interior is top tier. Still one of the best giant centers in the game. He's quick for a giant card and actually has not a bad jump shot where he can actually green pretty consistently. Michael Finley, I'm gonna go B tier for Michael Finley. I don't know what it is about this card, but he isn't like crazy overpowered as I honestly thought he would be. He's an amazing shooting guard. If you're in B tier on this tier list, like, you're still a top tier card, in the game. He's 6'7" at the 2, 6'10" wingspan. He's still a really good all around card. He just doesn't, I don't know, something about this card just doesn't feel insanely overpowered like I thought it would, but Michael Finley, still a great shooting guard. Rudy Gay, I gotta have some cards in C tier, but like, do I go Rudy Gay still in B? I don't know. Like, this is the tough thing, is all these cards are so amazing that it's hard to put anybody in the C tier category. Like, do you go Giannis in C tier? Like, I don't know. Like, Giannis is still such a good small forward though. 6'11" at that small forward position. He's got great defense, great size, a really good player model. But like, we gotta have some cards in C tier. Like, I think Iguodala, you kind of have to go in the C tier category. 6'6" at point guard. I still think he's an elite level point guard in the game. By no means do I think he's a bad card, but I gotta have somebody in C, and I think he's a little bit worse than like an Anthony Black, a Scotty Barnes at point guard. Jonathan Isaac, I'm gonna go B tier just because of his size at small forward. Still a really good defender, top tier on-ball defender in the game. Just doesn't have the craziest overpowered of jump shot or dribble sigs, but still a really good small forward in the game. Jabari Smith Jr., I think, is another easy B tier card. Could potentially even be an A tier. Like, I think Jabari, probably one of the more slept on small forwards. 6'10" at the 3, 7'2" wingspan. Amazing all around stats and badges. He's an invincible card. His jump shot's knocked down. He's got great dribble sigs, good dunk packages, really good defensive tendencies. I think he's going to be in B tier, but I could see him being in A tier as well. Jalen Williams going to have to be in C. Just not a great invincible card. He's still an invincible, so I don't think, you can put Curry in D tier because he's only 6'3", but I think Jalen Williams probably fits perfectly in that C tier category. Now this Nikola Jokic, easy S. I still think he's the best point guard in my team. Not by far, but I mean, maybe by far. He can do everything at point guard, great jump shot. We all know what Nikola Jokic can do, going to be an S tier. Now for this Jokic, I think he's probably B tier. Still a really well-rounded small forward in the game. He's an invincible with 55 Hall of Fame badges. Just doesn't have the card art, and yeah, is a really good offensive power forward. Karl Malone, I'm gonna probably go B tier. Still a really good defensive small forward in the game. Has a solid jump shot. He's just a really good budget small forward in my team. Kawhi Leonard, I'm gonna also go in B tier. I might give Kawhi A tier though. Like, I'm gonna give Kawhi A for now, just because I think Kawhi's on a different level compared to like a Rudy Gay, a Grady Dick, and a Sar Thompson, a Michael Finley. Like, he just got that defense at shooting guard. He's such a good on-ball defender. That jump shot's knockdown. I just think Kawhi Leonard is an absolute beast at shooting guard. For Kevin Durant, I'm gonna go easy S tier. I mean, still the best shooting guard in my team, all around an offensive beast, and he's an endgame card, so obviously gonna be in that S tier category. Dikembe, I'm gonna go B tier. Walker Kessler, I'm also gonna go B tier. Dikembe, really good defender, so is Walker Kessler. I think Kessler is underrated and could definitely be in the B tier category. I'm gonna just wait and see, though. He's a really good defender, though. KG also going to be in B tier alongside of Jonathan Isaac, a really good defender at small forward, and I like the fact that KG can also play that shooting guard position, you know, being 6'11" with some really good size. Kobe Bryant, I'm gonna have to go C tier. Once again, I kind of have to have some cards in the C and D tier category. I still think Kobe's a really good point guard, kind of on that Andre Iguodala level. Kristaps, I'm gonna go easy A tier for now, but honestly, I'm gonna go Kristaps and S. I think Kristaps is such a good power forward, 7'3", 7'6" wingspan, still a really good jump shot and a really good offensive power forward. Luka Doncic, still gotta give him A tier, one of the best point guards in the game, very similar to a card like a Men Thompson if we're talking about skill level, and both great offensive point guards in the game. Magic, I'm gonna go B tier, not D, B tier, just because of his size at point guard. Another point guard around like the Scotty Barnes, Anthony Black type of level at that point guard position. Danny Manning, not a bad small forward, but I think he's gonna have to be in C tier. Once again, a really good small forward in game, but I just think he's gonna be in that C tier category. Manute Bol, easy S tier. Don't think there's really too big of a debate with that. I don't think he's the best card in the game anymore like he once was, but I mean, still so dominant, being a 7'7" power forward, 8'5" wingspan, and one of the best player models in the game. LaMelo, I'm also go A tier. Still a really good jump shot for a point guard, and I think he's slightly better than like an Anthony Black, a Magic, and a Scotty Barnes, just because of his overpowered jump shot. Brandon Miller, I'm gonna go B. I might go C tier for Brandon Miller. Like, I think he's still a really good shooting guard. He's 6'9", but his jump shot just really wasn't that great, at least in my opinion. I'm gonna go B tier for now, but he might be one of the cards that I move down to C tier. Yao Ming, I still think you gotta give S tier. He's 7'6", 7'9" wingspan. I think Yao Ming's still gonna be an S tier for now. MJ and Mobley, I'm gonna go both these guys in the A tier category. I think Mobley's one of the more slept on cards in the game, especially at power forward. Like, he's such a good defender. He's got the Montrezl Harrell base, Sadiq Bey upper on very quick timing, so a really fast jump shot. And then MJ, I think, is another like LaMelo level point guard. Luka, a Man Thompson, you know, these 4 point guards are very similar in my opinion. Bob Nedelecki, I think you probably go B tier. Still a really good jump shot for Bob. Scottie Pippen, I'm also going B tier. There's just so many great B tier cards in the game, like Ralph Sampson, probably B tier. Kareem, probably B tier, like really good defenders at their position. Ralph Sampson, 7'4". Rick Smith, I think you go S for Rick Smith. I think he's on that same level as Yao Ming at the center spot. A really good jump shot for a center card, and still has that size and that defensive ability. Ron Artest, I think you probably go B tier. Still a really good defensive point guard on that same level as a Scotty Barnes. Russell Westbrook, I'm gonna go D tier alongside Curry. Shaq, I think you gotta go S tier. I mean, still one of the best power forwards in the game. Really good jump shot for a Shaq card. You know, he's quick, he's dominant. He can shoot threes, he can play make, he can defend, he can rebound, he can do everything, play in the post. Like, he's just so good at that power forward position. Jack Sigma, I'ma probably go B tier. Still a really good power forward. He's got a great jump shot, super quick, one of the fastest power forward jump shots in the game, and one of the better offensive power forwards. Steve Smith, it might sound crazy. I'm gonna go C tier for Steve Smith. Taco Fall, I'm gonna go A tier. Like, just some people gotta be in C tier. Like, he's probably the best card in C, but I think some cards got to be in that C tier category. Jason Tatum, I'm gonna go high B tier for Tatum. I think he's a really good small forward, kind of on that same level as Jabari Smith. Terry Dishinger, I think, is A tier. You still got to give him A because of his offense, a really good jump shot, and a really good offensive shooting guard. Tracy McGrady, I think you still got to put in S tier, the second best shooting guard in the game, and one of the best offensive cards, a super quick jump shot, and really good dribble sigs. Tim Thomas, I think you got to go A tier, still a top tier shooting guard like a Terry Dishinger, you know, Tim Thomas, Terry Dishinger, Kawhi, you know, kind of all on that same level. I was about to say Brandon Miller. Jarris Walker, I think he's going to go low B tier. Victor Wembanyama, the invincible card, I think is the best card in my team. Not even a debate. He's a 7'5" small forward, 8-foot wingspan. He can do everything on the court. Being 7'5" at small forward is kind of crazy. I think the next Victor is also going to be an A tier. Like, he's such a good center card. Still has that crazy good player model. Wes Unseld, I'm gonna go B tier. And then Zion, I do think is going to round out our tier list, and I think he's going to round out our tier list in the C tier category. So how many cards do we have in S? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So is there anybody I want to move into the S tier category? I guess I could go Taco Fall. I think I'll go Taco Fall to round out my S tier category. And then I might want to drop some cards down to C tier. I'm going to drop Brandon Miller down to C tier. I'm going to drop Jarris Walker down to C tier. Still really good cards in the game. I'm just kind of trying to think of like people that should be a little bit lower. I think I'm gonna leave it like that, but let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions on my best card tier list. I have a lot of cards in B, a lot of cards in A, and a lot of cards in the S tier category. Definitely a top heavy tier list, but that's what's gonna happen when I'm going over legit the best cards in the game. Like, everybody on this tier list is insanely good at their respective position. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.